Howdy, howdy, boys and ghouls. It's Monster Forge here, and I'm doing a toy review, but not of this. This is a bootleg Studio Series Optimus Prime that I got off of AliExpress. Maybe one of these days I'll give a review of it. Oh wait, I'm doing it right now. It's great. I think they call it like Iron General or something like that. Go on AliExpress. It's virtually identical to the Studio Series figure, which is the Studio Series figure comes with a lot more stuff, but this is just the figure itself, not the trailer or anything like that, which was fine with me. All I wanted was the figure. This is a high quality knockoff, like ridiculously high quality knockoff. That's my review of it. Go buy one. I think I got mine for like 26 bucks shipped. That's ridiculously good. But anyway, he's not what I'm talking about today. I just happen to love this figure. I just wanted an Optimus Prime for a kind of comparison. I don't know if you remember or not. I think I did a review of this guy. This is the Walmart big giant robot dude that right. Yep, that's cool, dude. But yeah, you see how he towers over Optimus Prime. Well, I do love a good cheap, which he was like, when I got him, he was like 10 bucks for a figure that size. He's articulated. He's got, all kind of joints in him and all. Like his arms go up, his legs, he has knees and hip joints and stuff like that. Right. He comes with a big giant shield, that kind of stuff. He was $10 when he came out, which is a ridiculously good price. They've gone up on this figure. It's like $12.96 or whatever. Still a fantastic deal. This robot is robust. He's heavy. He's got, and what's really cool about him is he has a setting for the sound where you can turn the sound up or down. So if it gets kind of loud, but you can turn that down, and it's right. Okay, yeah, you're good. That's a godsend for parents, because the toys are like super loud sometimes. But anyway, I'm not even here to talk about him. What I'm here to talk about is what I picked up today, and that is this. It is the Kid Connection. These toys are like at Walmart. I think it's Walmart only. That's the only place I ever see them. But it is a gigantic robot transport, which it's kind of like a lot of things in one. And I'll get these guys out of the way. I just wanted to show you a little size comparison there to this. But and I'll bring them back in once I get this guy fully together. I bought one of these for my niece because she had started watching Transformers with me, and when I saw these things, cat here. When I saw these things in the store, they were like 20 bucks, and it was a steal at 20 bucks. They've gone up. They're now $25. And I had always I was like, after I got her one, I was like, oh, this is cute and all. And we actually put it together, and I was like, I want one of these now because they're really cool. So I kind of hemmed and hawed and didn't get one when they were 20, and they went up to 25. And I'm like, well, I better go ahead and get one because I haven't seen these things go on sale anywhere. Like this kind of crap that Walmart has on their shelves. And they keep putting them out because they're good quality items at good prices, and people will keep buying them. I know this is the kind of stuff that a kid plays with for a little while and just loses track of it. But if I had had this when I was a kid, I would have slept with this thing. Like, it's so cool. And we'll get into that. But first of all, it's gonna be kind of hard to do some of this stuff. He the head on this guy, I can't get it to do it, but you can see it's got lights and sounds with it. Just, you know, like typical toy sounds you get. But this thing is more than just that. All right, it has lights and sound, and it has 10 mix and match mini robots that come with it. And there's some Transformer and other robot culture things from years back that are like nods are given to them in these. And it transforms into a 21.5-inch tall robot. And this thing is so much fun. We took it out, put it together, and she just had a blast with it whenever she first got it. I don't know if she still plays with it or not, but you know, that doesn't matter. She had fun with it then. I'm gonna have fun with it now. But this shows you here, like once you get everything unpackaged and everything, you bring the legs down, fold them around, and pop the head up. And also, he has these two big swords on his back, which also function as wings. And his aesthetic is like, he's really very like old school Transformers to like the design of him. He's got kind of like a Prowl looking head. Like his head really looks a lot like Prowl. And he's got wings on his back, you know, kind of like Prowl too. But anyway, let's, we've talked about that, and we're just gonna start getting into it. There's a lot of instructions with this guy. There's a lot of cool stuff to this guy. This video will probably go on for a good little bit. So if you just wanted a short one, it's a really cool toy. There you go. Later. But if you want to stick around for some fun stuff, take this. He's stuck in there. Stuck in there. I'll get that out the other side. No, it's already got it out. All right. Now you can see here, it says, one large transformable robot with 2 wings that turn into swords, 10 mini robots, 11 accessories, 2 cannons, and 6 missiles. Let's see. They put a year when these first started coming out. They've been out for like 2 or 3 years now, maybe more. But yeah. And then this shows you, like you can use the sword parts, if I'm not mistaken, as screwdrivers to open up the things that hold the robots in. I might be wrong about that, but I think I remember doing that whenever we put the one together for her. So take that out, and the thing is really almost too big to be filming at this angle. Tell you what, I'm gonna mount this on the tripod and we can get a better view. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've taken off the main like band around the thing that holds it, so everything should come out, I think. I have that. Let's see. There's a way to do it. I hope I don't have anything. I'm gonna go ahead and take the wings, the sword wings off of the back. Yep, that's right. They do have the tools in the ends of them. Okay, turn this around. Can't really see it, what you're seeing, so. Okay, a piece of paper's in there. All right. I'll turn him around. Let's see. Turn around. There he is. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. I know. It's okay. We'll be all right. He's a big boy. And you can Oh, there is a cord right there. Unboxing time. Does it come out like this? I'm trying to remember how. Oh, there we go. It goes. There's a way to get this open because the front of this thing opens up and it's part of the whole like base design of it. I just got to remember how it does. Oh, there we go. There we go. And the head will come up. And get these cords out of here. Hold on. Yeah, you can tell I didn't plan this out so well, but that's the name. That's my middle name, is not planning things out well. That one fell out. Why aren't you? Oh, there we go. Fell out. Oh yeah, there we go. Got some. And that closes back up. And the way you can do it before I get into anything, you can put the. Does it only go one way? Can it only go one way? Oh, maybe it does. I think it can go this way. Yeah, it can. Let's see. Yeah, so, yeah, that's him, head to toe. And he's a big old boy. As a matter of fact, he's a very big boy. See the remnants of the blind bags. Yep, he's a big old dude and really cool. And one of the cool things about him is the wings on his back actually, if you put them together, they snap together and make a big old robo sword that he can, and his arms, he's articulated at the arms, yeah, and he can actually hold the big sword. So yeah, that's pretty boss. And what's really cool is like he really looks like he belongs with, you know, all three of these. Yep. Optimus, the big Walmart robot, and the bigger Walmart robot. But okay, so there's a sword right in the way there. Anyway, we'll take the sword out and get everybody out of the way, and we will begin to, and I'll show you the way you do this, to remove the, like, if you look inside of his arms and inside of his legs and everywhere, there's little robots that are in there. There's little robots that are inside the different parts on him. And the way you do it, I'm gonna take one out on camera, and the rest of them I'll pop out on their own. Oh, come on, swords. They really do stick together well. I don't want to bend up this plastic because it's not the most high quality stuff. A lot of this is that, like, it's not blow molded, but it's really, you know, kind of thin stuff. But you take the end of the sword and you can use it like a screwdriver. Focus on that. Use it like a screwdriver to unscrew these little screws in the back here. And what that does is it pulls that apart, and you can take out the robots. And the robots that come with this guy are really cool. They're like one of the other selling features of this little guy. They've got articulated heads, articulated waists, and the arms are articulated. And the cool thing about them is, if I'm not mistaken, I think they come apart, and you can swap the heads, the waists come apart, and I'm pretty sure the arms come out too. I don't want to break it, but I think, yes, the arms come out. Now, you'll see if you look at this, come on, focus. There's a little bit of a stress mark on it on the arms. So the arms don't come out all that great, but the heads and the waists and all come apart pretty well. And if you look, they're hollow, and the eyes will reflect, like you can see the color through there of whatever the plastic is of the torso if you get it in the right light. But anyway, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to remove the other guys. And oh yeah, before I do that, I want to show you inside the chest. Come on. The thing is on there snug, so you don't have to worry about that. Inside of him, there are some parts. Inside of him are some parts. There's 2 robots that are in here, which I'll have to unscrew them from the back. And then there's a sprue in here that has like the weapons and stuff for the robots. And then there's 2 cannons inside of here too, and there's missiles. So what I'll do is I'll pause this, get those parts out all together and the other robots, and we'll take a look at them. Okay, so this is the guy with all the stuff taken out of him, and when you take everything out, what you wind up with is all of this stuff. You get 10 robots, the little mini robot guys. You get the 6 missiles, you get 2 missile launchers, and you get a sprue full of weapons for your robots. And what's really funny, and this cracks me up quite a bit, the screwdriver for the screws was held in place by 2 things you had to unscrew to get them out. So that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I didn't plan the thing. I still think it's wonderful. So anyway, you get like guns, you get a shield, you get an axe, a mace, a sword, a knife, and a screwdriver that you needed before you, yeah. So let's talk about the individual little robots here that you get. And you'll see some nods, like I said before. This guy he's very kind of Optimus Prime. He's got sort of a, was it Transor Z? I think he was one of the big Japanese super robots. It just looks like that same thing. And the aesthetic on the bodies as well is a lot like some of the Japanese super robots. Once again, you know, the color of this indicates what color you're going to get through the eyes there, because they're open slots there. But he has a little gun and a claw, and he can hold the weapons in the little claw hand. Now, this is one of 2 of the little girl robots, and you can definitely see, you know, like RC, some of RC in that design, other, you know, RC from Transformers, Alita 1, things like that. And this is the other girly robot, and you know, she's got a skirt, she's got a chest, and they got hollow spots in the backs of them, but I mean, come on, they're just little cheapo kid toy stuff, but I love them. I think they're great. And like I said, you can, you know, you can swap out the parts and have a completely different look for them. Same thing with the torsos. You can do it with the arms, but like I said, I don't want to stress out those pegs too much because they do have the little prong that split, and if that thing splits, you won't get them to go in there. So I'm going to be very sparing about how I swap parts. I have noticed with these, looking at them, I didn't notice it the first time I saw these whenever my niece was playing with them, but it looks like there's enough parts where you can put together and get a single color robot for each of these. I don't know exactly what the results will be when you do it. I'll play around with that on my own later, but That's the girls, and there's this guy who looks an awful lot like this guy. They have a passing resemblance, which, you know, if you want to get technical about it, who he really looks like is Prowl or Silver Streak. Is it Silver Streak or Blue Streak? I can't remember which was the official name for him in Transformers. And Smokescreen. They all had kind of a head that was similar to that. Got a little lightning bolt on his chest. Just really cool little, you know, stylized designs. And like I said, they're kind of cheap. So with all you get, though, it's worth it to me, I think. Let's see, once again, there's that same face. And you just have a few different faces. Now this has sort of that, I'm trying to remember the name of the series. It was, the character was Roadbuster from Transformers, but I want to say it was like Dorvac or something like that. But the head really makes me think of that character that was Roadbuster in Transformers. And this one has sort of like a gun tank type lower body, which is really cool. I love the aesthetics of these, and he's got the little claws. Each one of them has different types of hands, but I think my favorite is this, because this guy is very much he's very much like, well, there's a couple of things he's like. He's kind of like Grimlock. There's some designs that's like Grimlock from Transformers, but like the body and the little missiles on the shoulders and the head itself with the ear wings really makes me think of the Robotech. It's Robotech or Macross, the Valkyries, the Veritech fighters, and Transformers fans know it as like Jetfire or Starfire. Was it Starfire? Skyfire. That's right. My brain's all loosey and juicy today. But anyway, yeah, you've got a lot of different design notes from different things, mainly in like Japanese robot history. But you've got 10 of these guys, and you know, like it's repeat designs of the other ones, but different colors. And you know, you can swap them out and get what you want. I think I'm going to try to get like single color robots, because some of the color matches on them are like, but you know, like some things would pair together really well, but I think I want to get like solid colors, and that's what I'm going to do on my own time. You get 2 of these cannons, which are, you know, which are nicely styled, and they're spring loaded. So, you know, I'm not going to fire it on here because I don't want to lose it. But the missiles are pretty powerful. Like they'll smack you pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, they're pretty good. The spring in them, they don't play. It's not Hasbro springs. And like I said, you've got the weapons, and I'll just show you how the weapons work with the figures. Let's see, I think somebody needs a sword. You know, and just use your nippers, or you can twist them off. It works twisting them off. And I think we'll need a gun. It's a good gun. That's a good gun. It's kind of like a 50K bolter a little bit, you know, for the Emperor. I know I don't have any of this in focus, but I will. And let's go with one of these guys that I like so much. And you know, he's got little holes for his hands, in his hands to hold stuff, and you can give him a sword, and he's armed up and ready to go. He's ready and willing to fight for the big robot. And there's some of the robots you might have noticed, they don't have hands like other ones, like this guy right here. You know, his hands wouldn't be able to hold it. But he's got these little, come on, let go. Oh, of course it fell on the floor. He's got these little rings, and he can hold a weapon that way. So they took into account a lot of things. You also have these. These are the screws that went through the back of the thing, and what they were in the body here, and you had to kind of unscrew them, and that's what held them in. And you know, if you wanted to keep those in there, you could. I don't know if there's like a use for these. I haven't experimented enough to find out about it. Haven't had much time. But let's look at the big guy. And what goes on in here is, not only is he a robot, this thing's really tight on this one. The one that my niece had, it was a little bit easier to get into it, but you gotta really shove that thing. Yeah, there's a whole little area, and like the little robots can be in there, I guess, kind of pilot him or whatever, you know, whatever a kid or adult's imagination. And they do fit in these arms, but you know, they'll fall out unless they're screwed in, and they do have the screws to hold them in. But anyway, the design on this guy is really nice. He's got sort of a, he's got kind of a, I bet all of that was out of focus, wasn't it? No way to tell right now, but anyway, he's got kind of a star design right here. The articulation is such that it's like, this stuff out of the way. The arms, they're on kind of ratchets, not really ratchets, but it's like there's indents for them. So he can move his arms all the way around. And the legs, get these arms out of the way. Okay. The legs can go out to the side, and there's sort of like a, it's kind of like a, there's a hinge up there, and then it turns to the sides. And he does have knees, so his legs don't move forward, but you can kind of simulate a walking stance if you do it right. Not so sturdy when you do that, but you know, you can kind of work with it and get it. I got when my niece first opened hers, we kind of had it in a really cool stance. And I have to work with it some more, because we spent a good part of that evening just playing with it and messing around with it and all. But like I said, it's been a couple of years, so I don't remember everything. And you can see he's got the red LEDs in there and all. But that is the, what do they call it, robot transport? Yeah, the robot transporter from Kid Connection, and they're sold at Walmart. This big bad boy is, like I said, he's like 25 bucks now. Kicking myself in the butt for not getting it when it was 20, but I still think it's worth it for, you know, what you get. You've got, you know, a big robot, big swords that turn into wings, a bunch of little robots, a bunch of accessories, and just all together, just a fun package. And so I would highly recommend it. If you're a fan of big robots, Transformers, whatever, I'm going to have him on my Transformers miscellaneous robot shelf. I've got a shelf with a bunch of different robots that don't really match up with anything else. But I am going to give him an Autobot symbol, because I think he looks like the living embodiment of what an Autobot is, even with his little cheeky grin. So this has been Monster Forge, and it's been the review of the Kid Connection robot transporter at Walmart. $25. Your kids will love it if they're into robots, and your adults will love it if they're into robots. Everybody should love this guy. I love this guy, and I love you guys. And I'll talk to you next time. Monster Forge out.